Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you guys are listening, subscribing, and commenting. I appreciate the support. And if you're interested in supporting me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon or Ko-fi link. They're both in the description below. In this video, I want to speak to you guys about how INFJs have a tendency towards loyalty. But I think INFJs and I myself, I know, I tend to take it a little bit too far. Maybe that's one of our positive traits. Maybe it's a negative trait. I really don't know right now. I consider it a positive trait right now, but I know in moments in time, I've actually taken it a little bit too far and perhaps been too loyal. In the fact that what happens when INFJs are loyal to someone that they love, admire, it can be anyone really. Like it could be Mother Earth that you're really loyal to and you'll do like anything to save her. Or it could be just an idea that you're really loyal to. Stoicism, for example, and you just will kill someone if they go against that idea. It could be a president of the country that you're like just gung-ho about, or it could be an individual in the media that you're just absolutely in love with, that you're loyal to. Obviously, it also applies to people in your life, so family, friends, lovers, things like that, right? So there are people, things, ideas, situations that we become extremely loyal to. And if anyone just says even a little word against that idea, that person, that situation, we don't only, not only do we blow up against that person, which is fine, like that's an argument or a discussion. People do that all the time. You only have to look at religious debates to see how people can get really gung-ho about their ideas. But what we also do is that we kind of shun that person completely, right? And this recently just happened to me, and I'm thinking to myself in my head, I'm like, this is not the way a mature individual behaves. And I'm wanting not to do it, but it's just so strong within me that I have this sense of loyalty towards the people I love. Now, this also really happens to me when people say negative things about Chiang Mai. I mean, I love Chiang Mai, and I'm not saying it's the perfect country in the world, obviously, or city in the world. The pollution is pretty bad, and there's a lot of times when I'm like, I'm giving a lot of bribes on the road right now. But in general, I love it. And if someone says anything negative about it, I'm like, I don't think I can be friends with this person anymore. And the interesting thing is that there's a couple of my girlfriends who say the same thing, and they've actually said to me that if a person doesn't like Chiang Mai, there's no way in hell they can date him, right? And it's funny because a couple of times they were actually tested on that, and this individual that they were dating said, "Oh, I really don't like Chiang Mai that much. I like Vietnam better, or Da Nang better, or whatever." And the girl, I mean, that was one of the reasons she broke up with him, but that was actually one of the main reasons. She's an INFP, so it's not really like an INFJ thing, perhaps exclusively. But we have this sense of loyalty for sure as an INFJ. As I said, recently I was at my parents' house and someone had been extremely rude and derogatory towards my mother. Now, I love my mother. I really think she's not perfect, but she is a good mother and she does everything she can, not only for me, but for everyone around in her family. And this individual, she's done a lot for him. She helped him a lot when he moved to Canada, etc., etc. But he was rude to her. He basically used a lot of really terrible swear words against her, threatened to kill her in a rage of anger, like in not in normal situation. He was really angry and he said that, not that excuses it. But so then when I heard about it, basically in my mind that person was dead to me. That there was no way I was ever gonna even talk to that person, look at that person, have a conversation with that person, even have a relationship with that individual, because my mom was really upset by it. She was hurt by it. She felt betrayed, and all of those ideas and all of that hurt transferred over to me because I'm an INFJ, I'm an empath, and I love her and I'm loyal to her. And if anyone goes against her, I will be loyal to her. Now, of course, there's different levels of loyalty. I am more loyal to my siblings than I'm to my parents. And I remember situations in my childhood when if my parents were yelling at my siblings over whatever it might be, sometimes they deserved it, sometimes they didn't, I would literally stand up and fight for them, no matter how old I was. I did this when I was 10 years old. I did it when I was 20 years old. I did it whenever, and it was because I am extremely loyal to my siblings, and no one is allowed to say anything to them. And if someone does, then I am against them because my siblings are important to them, important to me. And this kind of stuff happens all the time in an INFJ's life. We have a tendency to get really loyal to something, or become very loyal to something, to an idea, situation, whatever it might be, right? I think a lot of us are very loyal to the idea of being an INFJ. And I know a lot of you guys messaged me saying, this person said that I don't think I'm an INFJ, and I was really angry with them, and things like that. I mean, we're really loyal to this idea because it has really shown us a lot about ourselves. And, it's one of the things that really saves us from ourselves, I think. The idea that we're an INFJ and we're not crazy, we're not insane, we're not different, we're just a personality type, yeah? But in general, what I'm realizing as I'm trying to move towards more mature behavior, trying is the key word. I'm trying, and in a lot of ways I'm failing, but at least I'm trying, which I tell myself is the key here. So as I move towards more trying to be more mature about these kind of things, I'm thinking to myself, I don't think this is the way a mature individual would behave, with emotional intelligence, with intelligent enough to realize that, yeah, okay, sometimes things happen. Sometimes people say stupid things in rage. I've said many crazy, stupid things to even people I'm loyal to my mother, to my siblings, when I'm angry. So can you really hold that against this person? Now, of course, our rule is, strike 3 and you're out. So what I really should be telling myself is that if this person does it again, then I will, cut them off. In reality, though, what the problem is, the situation is that I've really seen this person over a long period of time, and I know that they've done this not to my mother, but to other people in the past, and they have a anger management issue, and perhaps they have an emotional intelligence issue as well, and perhaps there's something else going on in their brain I have no idea about. And so instead of showing compassion to this person, which maybe that's the route I should take, I am just kind of shunning them. I'm just cutting them off. And anyone who is against my mother, I'm just cutting them off like that, right? Now, of course, as I said, that's what I did last year, only a couple of weeks ago. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to think about a different way of behaving in this situation. Now, of course, that is done and over with. I mean, I never really talk to this person anyway, so it's fine. I support my mother in her way of doing whatever she's doing, because I really don't interact with these individuals that much. So it's okay. But in the future, I'm thinking to myself, if someone does betray my friends, family, or someone I love, or a situation I love, is it really a good idea to shun them completely without giving them a second chance? Or is this something that I should really be thinking about twice, or maybe even thrice? Now, for example, with my friend who broke up with someone because they don't like Chiang Mai, I really can't imagine myself doing exactly the same thing. It hasn't come up to that yet because everyone I meet loves Chiang Mai. And also I haven't been dating really, so that hasn't come up. But I do know that if someone does start bad-mouthing Chiang Mai, I really get angry about it. I get angry with the person. I get like, maybe I shouldn't be friends with this person. I don't know what's going on with them. What's wrong with them? How can they not like Chiang? And so I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing? I mean, it's a city, and people are allowed to have their own opinions about a city. They're allowed to have their own opinions about anything, really. And so I have no right in any shape or form to dictate what they should think about Chiang Mai. And in a lot of cases, they're actually right. They are talking about the air pollution being terrible and other things that do not work well in the city, because it's not a perfect city in any shape or form, and that's normal. No city is going to be perfect. So my idea with this, and my idea with sharing with you guys this idea, is that I think maybe we should kind of really reconsider shunning people who are perhaps hurtful towards the people that we're loyal to, or to the situations, ideas that we're loyal to. Not only because sometimes we are a little bit blind with regards to the people that we're loyal to. Now, sometimes my siblings will do stupid things with my parents, and I'll still defend them because I'm blind to them. I love them. I think they're adorable and smart and brilliant, and I think very highly of them. But sometimes it's not deserved. And so my parents are right in sometimes berating them or saying something negative to them. But in me, I'm like, no, these are my siblings. I love them. And I bristle on the inside, and I get angry with my parents. And I'm thinking to myself, this is not the right way to behave here, right? Now, of course, I'm bringing more awareness into the situation for myself and for you guys to perhaps next time step back a little bit. Take a step back, think to yourself, okay, so is this person right in the way they spoke to this individual? Perhaps this was deserved. And even though the person I'm loyal to is brilliant and I love them and I'm putting them on a huge pedestal, perhaps they did deserve this. Perhaps they do deserve this. Perhaps I need to rethink perhaps this whole idea of shunning everyone that is mean to the people I love, because sometimes they are doing stupid things. They're human. They're not perfect. And so in this regard, I just want us to take a step back and rethink this whole idea of shunning people that are mean to the people we love because we're so loyal to them, and really rethinking the idea, perhaps thinking maybe that was deserved. Okay, cool, that's fine. I'm gonna obviously defend the person I love, but maybe I won't shun that individual. I won't cut them off completely, the other person that was mean to them, because maybe they were actually right and it actually showed me something important that I need to see. Okay. Now, of course, I'm saying this from a place where I'm really trying this for myself as well. I'm really trying to be open to this idea and not being completely loyal to the people I love. So I just completely shun everyone that's against them. It's not the right way to behave, I don't think. And so hopefully both of us, all of us, can try this in the new year as one of those self-awareness ideas and exercises. And if you guys have any suggestions on how you do it, if you've already mastered this, then share it with us. I would love to hear from you guys. Again, thank you so much for your support. And of course, if you're interested in supporting me further, you can do that by going to my Ko-fi link. It's in the description below. And I shall see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.